I know this isn't Steel Aces, but Wizard from the Steel Aces Discord server asked me to make a video about Sprocket. I just figured I might as well because it's a pretty good game. Oh. I can explain this. Okay. So this ended up becoming like a casemate tank destroyer kind of. Wait, hang on. The tracks look really weird. This was supposed to be like a tiger mouse. Because as far as I'm aware, the tiger mouse that's in World of Tanks, I believe, is completely fake. I think that the real tiger mouse is the mouse turret on E100 hull, if I'm not mistaken. I may be though, because I got that information from Tank Encyclopedia, so I'm not sure how accurate it is. But anyway, so I was going to do that. I had already built a mouse. I just had to make an E100 hull. As you can see, this is kind of a mouse turret. I was designing the hull, but then when I went to add a turret, I accidentally turned the hull into the turret. As you can see, I've made like I have made a lot of really stupid tanks. Anyways, let's spawn an absolute bean real quick. Pew. Dead. So, no hit points in this game. It's a lot more realistic. But I mean, that's kind of why you play Sprocket, because you want to make realistic stuff. Anyways, I'm actually gonna get to making something. I'm gonna make two things. I'm gonna make like an actual historical tank, and then I'm gonna make something ridiculous. Don't worry, it'll be more ridiculous than this. Trust me. Okay, we have the blank template. Let's name it. Let's try to make Pershing. That shouldn't be too hard. I have a few references for it.
I bet that's gonna come into play later. Nope. All right.
So, might as well start with the hull. Road wheels first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 road wheels. And that's what we have on there. Okay. Idler is in the front, so that looks about right. And then we need 5 of these. Okay. One more return roller. Spacing we will tone down a bit. There we go. That's not bad. I don't think we can get actually the kind of suspension we want. Yeah, that's definitely not what we're looking for. Oh dear. I've done something wrong. There we go. There we go. And then for Sprocket, that looks about right. Then I just need fenders. Alright. For the hull. Yeah, that's not bad. Go with this, because we always want to use freeform. If you don't use freeform, that's just weird. Yeah, I'll just add a little... I feel like that's a little too smooth. That looks better. Okay. I'm gonna put that up because I am extending it downwards. Now let me grab points like that and that back there. Because we have a mirror, we can bring it in like this, which is a bit about what we see on the Pershing. Let's just bring this forwards. That needs to be about flat, but I think it's good. Yeah, 1.8 degrees isn't that bad. There. And then I just need to put stuff aside. Oh, I also need to shape the back. That's not bad. The Pershing is starting to look kind of like a Pershing. I'm not going to put like a whole bunch of little details on it because then that would take me way too long and I don't want to. To do that, I will... Oh shoot, I want this back now. And then let's just like... Oh, no, wrong thing. Go down a little. There we go. Now the exhaust comes out of those. I'm not actually sure if that is the exhaust, so I'm just going to hope it is. Alright, now I'll get to work on the turret. I generally just use this turret to start because I can shape it. But now that I look at the Pershing turret, I feel like I'd rather use this one. Yeah, so I remember someone said that it requires that you can recreate historical tanks if you're skilled enough. I certainly am not skilled enough, but I'm trying. I think the Panther turret looks more like a Pershing turret, so I'll use this one. Actually, that looks a lot like a Pershing mantlet, except for like at the top and bottom kind of, but that's fine. This is not looking like a Pershing. Probably the gun. Once I give it like an actual gun, it'll start to look better. So anyways, we need a 90 millimeter. I don't actually know the propellant length, so I just won't give it one. We'll make it start a little thicker. I feel like that gun looks way too thin for like a Pershing. It definitely does. I feel like it also looks a little too long. And then we need muzzle brake. Okay, so far, the tank can drive, it can look around, it can move the gun and stuff. It cannot shoot the gun because there's no ammo. There's also no commander, which means it just kind of functions weirdly. So I got to add a cupola. And the turret shape, there's something wrong with it, and I don't know how to fix it really. I feel like the back has to extend further. I guess that looks fine. Still missing a cupola though, and then a few details on the turret that I will add. We do not want two of them. And then I just need some stowages. This thing does go on this side, but that is way too big. Scale down. Yep, I guess that's good enough. And then I'll just like put this thing there because details. Hang on. Structural. This is what I want. Because then I can put like that there. There's like one on this side too. And then there's We'll put that there. And I need some tall thing, which I don't think currently exists. So I'll just take, actually no, I will take one of these. I will put it here. I can't make it tall, never mind. I will not do anything to that. I will take this. I will make it skinny, but tall. There we go. That's about what I'm looking for. Alright. Ammo storage. Oh, wait. This thing needs propellant length. Let's give it so that it gets like 220 millimeters of pen. I don't know how actually historical that is, but I don't really care for this part because I don't want to do research. I will put this in there. Now let's just add another one. And I just realized the turret is quite overloaded. And apparently you can overload your turret even with cheats disabled. Okay. I'll still try to fix that though. Yeah, I want mobility, tracks, spares. This is what you want. Because I can put spare tracks on the side of my tank, which I think is pretty cool. Wait, what? You can't make that smaller? Shoot. Oh well. Also, is this the right track segment? I can't really tell from that. Hang on. Yeah, that looks about right. I think. Oh, I know that's not right. That's an American one. That's a German one, so I guess I'll go with this one. Yeah, that does look good. Okay. It's definitely... Wait, where did the commander go? One thing about Sprocket, it just like randomly decides to break sometimes, which is kind of annoying, but there isn't really anything you can do about it. Anyways, our Pershing is functioning. Oh, it just doesn't have armor. Very no armor. 15 millimeters. Very nice, very nice. And you can do this differently if you want, but I am way too lazy to research armor values. So I will just make them up. There we go. You can't miss anything. Let's give it like 125 millimeters on the turret face, which it's not great, but I mean it's a medium tank. And then since we're running out of, we're way over space, let's give it like 125. Is that how much I gave the turret? That is how much I gave the turret. I need to give the mantlet a bit of armor though, because no one likes it when your mantlet has no armor. 250 seems like a little much. Alright, that seems good. Side of the hull can get some armor, like 90 millimeters. Might as well improve the displacement, maybe give it an extra cylinder. And now this thing can move. And it has a bit of protection. Alright, I'm gonna try to see if I can... Here we go. Time to test this thing against the Panther. I shot the hill, not the Panther. Ooh, this thing is speedy. Tells me something I did something wrong, because I don't think the Pershing is this speedy. Oh. It also sucks, apparently, because I'm dead now. Alright, let's try again. Panther duel. There we go, he's dead. Absolute bean. What an absolute bean that thing is. Pew. It's also a very dead bean. So I think this Pershing turned out pretty successfully, except for the fact that the turret's apparently overcrowded, but, sucks to be them, I guess. It is time to move on to, my kinds of designs. Reform halls. Alright, what do we want to call this one? How about, let me pick a random key on my keyboard. F11. And then another one. R. The F11R. Alrighty, F11R. You are ready. Alright. Don't worry, guys. It's historically accurate. We are taking inspiration from the you know how like the Mark IV, like all those World War I Mark tanks, how they're meant to shoot down into trenches? Well, we're gonna get something like this, like that going on here, except we're gonna do it in an even weirder way, because so far this definitely should not be possible, but it's gonna get even less possible. You know, I think this is pretty good. We have our hull. Now, I just need to give it a turret. Now I can focus on giving this thing the best 250mm gun you could ever want. Muzzle brake. Let's give it this one, because I think that looks pretty cool. Or do we want... You know, I'm gonna go with that one, just because it looks weird. I want to make the mantlet a bit bigger. I will make it tall. How much... Does this thing get 15 degrees of gun depression? Only 15? That sucks. Propellant length. Who needs propellant length? We already have a 54-second reload time. The turret's full. We need more than just that much ammo. And we're gonna get APHE. Oh, I just realized this is not gonna fit anywhere. Oh wait, maybe in like the very back here. No, it still doesn't fit. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. In the very back, we have a bunch of APHE shells. Alright. I'm missing like everything. I'm considering that maybe making this a tank like this was not the best decision. Do you understand why I might be feeling that? There you go, I need one of these things if I want to rotate the turret. And then I need one of these. We're going to put it right there because there isn't really anywhere else it could go. Perfect. Do you think we can destroy this absolute bean? Oh shoot, he's shooting me. I should not have picked this muzzle brake. I hit. But this thing has no propellant length. Also no barrel length. I should really fix this. He doesn't seem to be hitting anything important. Probably because there's I hate this thing's reload. I cannot live with this. Hang on. Scale it down to like a 105. It won't let me pick 105. 105. There we go. Let's make it longer. Let's change the muzzle brake. Another section just for fun. Some propellant length. 7 seconds isn't... Oh, wait. I think... We have too much propellant length. Where are you outside? Oh. There we go. Alright, now this thing has a decent reload time and can probably penetrate this absolute bean. Nope, it's gonna kill me first. Anyways, I'm gonna fix the rotation of the turret now. Okay. Yeah. That's good. And since we have cheats enabled and we are way over the limit anyways, let's go to engine, put the displacement all the way up, all the cylinders, and now this thing should be able to zoom. It's pretty speedy. You know, I sure hope they add this thing to Steel Aces. They should just let me be part of the game development team with all my great tank designs. Like, this is beautiful. I think we all want to play this thing in Steel Aces. Anyways, Absolute Bean, duel again. I'm going to win. No. Alright, Absolute Bean duel. I can do this. He missed. Wait. Does this thing still have no pen? Wait. Absolute Bean, please don't do it. Alright. I missed, but I blew his track off. He can go somewhere, but not very far. Ooh, I'm sneaky. No! No! This thing sucks! F11R is a horrible name. I need to call this Worser Bean, because the Absolute Bean sucks, but this thing is even better than it somehow. Hang on, what is the pen on the Worser Bean? 259 millimeters. Apparently. Alright, Absolute Bean duel again. Oh, he bounced. Yes! The Worser Bean has defeated the Absolute Bean. Alrighty. Now we have to go play the Absolute Bean in a fight against the Worser Bean. I'm considering, maybe it's not like a tank thing. Maybe it's just a skill issue, because I seem to lose every time. Wizard, 100% get this game. It's very fun. Very fun. So incredibly fun.